Hello everybody, Gamer Penny here, bringing you another episode of our Final Fantasy XIV online Let's Play, and we are back with Vesper. Today we're going to continue on the main story quest, so let's go ahead and talk to Euless. Bring it some hands, 525. Ooh, those are going to be better than what we have on. We will begin our search for ceruleum in Regio Urbanissima. The first location is Forum Soleus, a park to the northwest of the station. You are to remain close at all times and act only as ordered. Follow me. Okay, Euless. Yes. Elliot. Alright, let's hop on our mount and get out of here. Ooh, big mount. This is too big of a mount, I'd say. There. Perfect. We have snow outside. This place just looks cold, man. Ooh, I see that up there. How does one get up there? Just a minute. I will be right back. I will get this aether current. Okay. Ow. Alright, Alice, what do you got for us? So this is the park. I'm surprised they found space for one amongst all these buildings. Actually, the recreational areas came first. The houses were later built around them. A healthy society requires communal spaces for children to play and adults to socialize. This park was named after the founding father of the Empire, the great Solus Zoscalvus. Did we come to extract ceruleum from the wrecked Magitech armor? No, we've already drained it dry. Same goes for the rest of the machina in the vicinity. But as our ceruleum has been stolen, we must scour the city for every last drop. While I don't expect to find anything here, I've decided to try one more time in case something has been overlooked. I see. Then with your permission, we will commence the search. Alright, let's take a look around and see if we can find some ceruleum. War machina wreckage. A cursory inspection of the wrecked Magitech armor confirms that the fuel canisters have long since been drained of ceruleum, as Euless said. A 4, huh? Shop counter. Though rather small by Garlean standards, the structure is reminiscent of a merchant's stall. Perhaps it was built for children to play as shopkeeper. There is nothing inside resembling Magitech or any other devices that would be fueled by ceruleum. Dang it, man. Oh, there's something up there. Several points of interest are marked on the map of Forum Soleus. The pond, children's play areas. To your knowledge, however, none would require the use of ceruleum. Okay, we need one more. Ah, back here. A children's slide. So does it always snow here? Like... Or is it pretty sometimes? Like pretty where there's not snow. Like do these flowers bloom and stuff? The contraption is built in the style of Imperial War Machina, armed with a battery of weapons and capable of transforming into different configurations. But on closer inspection, it appears to be no more than a children's slide. Euless. Oh, it's you. Any luck? There's no sign of any ceruleum. Hardly surprising, but disappointing nonetheless. I couldn't help notice you gazing at the pond. Is something the matter? What? Yes, I mean, no, It's just I used to bring my brother and sister here to play. The pond was heated to stop it from freezing over, so like all the other children, they just had to wade in and splash about. Would have stayed there if I didn't drag them out. We'd be sopping wet when all was said and done, every time. And every time when we'd got home, Mother would scold us, saying we'd catch our death walking around like that. The pond was heated. With a cerulean-powered heater, by chance. I suppose it must have been. Come to think of it, I remember seeing engineers changing out a tank beneath a hatch. That was a long time ago, when the water still flowed clear and wasn't this brackish muck. We can't see a thing, and I can't remember where the hatch might be. With the machinery most likely broken, the amount of filth in there is probably the only reason it hasn't frozen over. I'd wager it's still unbearably cold, though. Euless, what are your thoughts on magic? The average Garlean would jump out of their skin if they saw it, but the first has a few foreign signifery and medici, so it doesn't scare me. Then I take it you won't mind if I employ a little now. Alfino, as you have a knack for finding dry wood, why don't you bring me some? Once that's done, a blast of air fire should do the trick. Leave it to me. You're not planning to go in there, are you? Of course I am. A tank isn't going to fetch itself. It's nothing so involved as extracting unprocessed ceruleum from a frozen lake like how the tappers do it. We're talking about a shallow pond in a park, and we have a way of warming ourselves up after. That's insane. So, fancy a dip? Little friendly competition might make things interesting. Last one to find a ceruleum tank is a rotten egg, though I dare say we'll both smell like rotten eggs when this is over. Alright, let's take a dip in here. With my new boots that they gave me. You delve into the murky water, but come up empty-handed. To add injury to insult, the icy wind in your damp clothing chills you to the bone. You delve into the... I'm heading it chills you to the bone. Boo boo, boo boo boo. Beneath the water, your fingers catch what you might think be a handle. Ooh, we found the hatch. Bum, 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 bum. You open the hatch and retrieve a ceruleum tank. Wow, here's cool. However, your grand discovery comes at great personal cost as you become acutely aware of the freezing cold and a rancid odor emanating from every elm of your body. Euless will doubtless feel compelled to pinch his nose shut when you deliver to him your prize. Brr. I don't want to run through the water to get back over there. Did you find anything? I hope you did. That's it. And there's still some ceruleum left. And the fire's still not ready. Hold on, I'll give Alfino a hand. Aw, he's a good guy. Call me an old Don, because by fire I am reborn, and my clothes are mostly dry now too. I appreciate you recovering the ceruleum, but I wished you'd taken the time to discuss the plan with me beforehand. Despite the way you've been treated in Lord Quintus's eyes, you're still envoys deserving of protection. If you were to die on my watch, he would be most displeased. Your concern is duly noted, but all's well that ends well. Euless, you mentioned coming here with your younger siblings. Did you grow up in Garlemald? I did, not far from here. My father was an accomplished researcher in his youth, and for his contributions to the Empire awarded an estate. We lived well, better than many. What was Garlemald like in those days? Everything. It was everything you could imagine, and so much more. Even during the coldest winters, we always found warmth and comfort at home. Coming in from the snow, taking off your coat, and sitting down for a hot meal with family. Visiting friends and relatives, receiving that same welcome. Knowing they had everything they needed. Walking down the street, seeing the lights in all the houses, hearing the faint sounds of laughter and song, of happiness. And although the summers came and went all too quickly, in that brief respite, the ice would melt and the forgotten grass make its triumphant return. Gray clouds gave way to blue skies. Some mornings we'd climb to the top of the tallest building we could find to watch the sun rise. Aw. Never again. Those rooftops are rubble. Those friends dead, and those memories. But if I could reclaim even a fraction of what we once had. Soon our chance will come. We just need to hold on a little longer. Aw. Poor Euless. I mean, that has to be rough, like watching your whole city go up in smoke like that. Alright, let's get these new gloves. Okay. Alright, Euless. Alright, now that you've recovered from your escapades in the pond, there's another location I'd like to search, just outside the park. What is this? Don't. As you can see, this place is littered with remnants of various types of war machina. While my comrades and I have already recovered the tanks from the less damaged units, those that took a more severe beating are harder to scavenge. We decided to save those for another time, that time being now. Rather than prize them apart piece by piece, it would be quicker to remove the outer casing using compact explosives. Which, with luck, we'll gain access to the tanks without rupturing them. Though the force generated by these devices is relatively weak, I would advise you to stand well clear to avoid being hit by any shrapnel. Before even bothering, though, you should check the machina's ceruleum gauge to see if there is any left. It should still provide an accurate reading even when the unit itself is inactive. If the gauge is broken, I'll let you decide whether to use an explosive or not. Should you need more, come to me. Okay. Understood. Let's get to work. According to the ceruleum gauge, the unit's fuel tank is empty. Then I don't want it. Been broken, giving you no way to determine how much fuel this tank may hold. Let's try it. After successfully removing the War Machina's outer casing and retrieving the cerulean tank, you find it to be completely empty. Empty. Don't know, so let's try this one. You retrieve the War Machina's cerulean tank to find it is still half full, or half empty, depending on one's perspective. Either way, Euless will surely be pleased by your discovery. Yay! And we kill this one and get ceruleum. Hey, Euless, I found some. More explosives. Wait, is that what I think it is? You've done it again. Truly, luck is on your side. With this, we should be able to refuel quite a few of our heaters. It's time we're headed back. Wait here while I go and see how Alice and Alphino are faring. I love the music out here. It's so, like, heartbreaking.
Finally escaped the watchful gaze of your keepers, have we?
Hello, Thancred.
Don't react. You'll only draw attention to yourself. Just carry on as you are and listen. After you left with the Garlean lad, Lucia bade a few of us scouts follow you at a discreet distance. We observed you being led into the station, but decided against venturing inside. When you emerged sometime later, and we saw that the twins were sporting Magitech collars, it was clear what had taken place. Now, as quietly as you can, tell me everything. The Legatus himself, eh? Now there's a surprise. This is also the first I've heard of a plan to join forces with the 10th and storm the Tower of Babel. An interesting development, and perhaps the opportunity we've been waiting for. Our comrades back at the camp also received some rather promising news, but it's still too early to get our hopes up. For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
Look at our hair blowing in the wind.
With luck, this will all be over soon. Until then.
Thanks, Thancred. Good to know you're watching out for us.
They had not gone far.
We searched high and low, but no luck, I'm afraid. I might have guessed you'd be the only one to find anything.
I wasn't expecting much to begin with. Eventually, there will be nothing left out here for us to safely salvage. For now, this will have to suffice. We should return to the station.
All right, let's go. Brum, 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 brum.
Ah, there you are. Heard you'd gone hunting for ceruleum above ground. Brought back a king's ransom?
Hardly. But thanks to these three, we have enough to last a little while longer.
Well, well. It's not at all as I was expecting, these ones. For savages, they seem positively docile.
Savages.
It's a poor attempt at humor. In all honesty, I'm grateful for your efforts. But even with another night of warmth, there are those among us who may not live to see the morrow.
I trust your expedition was fruitful.
Quintus.
Lord Quintus!
Use what you procured to refuel the armor.
Yeah.
But, sir, what about the heaters for the camp?
The time for action is upon us. My men and I have matters to discuss. In the meantime, you are to wait here. Do not forget, you are being watched.
And he's putting it in the armor instead of the heaters. Like, he's gonna basically kill his own people.
The time for action. What did he mean by that?
I can only speculate. Clearly something requiring their magitech, given what we just heard. Whether they plan to utilize it now, or after they join with the 10th, is another question.
And she must be freezing.
Will they ever escape this cold? Return to and reclaim the idyllic spaces of which Euless spoke?
Finished your war, Council?
What's wrong, Euless?
Alphino and Alizé are to stay here as our prisoners. They will be released once your comrades have relinquished their supplies and withdrawn from Garlean soil. Until our terms are met, they will be detained at a separate location.
After everything we've said and done, this is how you treat us.
Our allies have but limited supplies. They may stave off cold and starvation for a short while, but what then?
Don't do it. It's okay, Euless.
For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
Everything will be alright. Have faith. Euless is probably like, thank God you didn't make me do this.
Get them out of here.
Euless feels bad. That's why I like him. Alright, and what about me, man? Alphino and Alizé will be fine, providing they do not resist. Oh, this scene. Okay. You will accompany me back to your camp, where I will meet with your leader and present Lord Quintus's demands. Before we depart, however, there is something I would ask of you. Assuming your contingent complies, the supplies they surrender will need to be transported here. That task falls to Legionnaires Marcellinus and Octavia, who will pilot Magitech armor to your headquarters. You are to inform them that we are leaving shortly. Tell them to ask the Isle for further details, in those words. Once you've seen to that, meet me by the exit. Okay, Euless is up to something, huh? Why did I live when so many others... Oh. Hey, friend. You again. Ask the Isle, he said. So that's the way, that's to be the way of it, after all this. How ironic that you should be the one to deliver the news. If those are my orders, then so be it, for the glory of Garlemald. What do you want with me? Ask the Isle. The Lord Quintus has reached a decision. I knew he would understand, that he would recognize the savage as a ruthless, merciless creature, and to defeat him, we too must be uncompromising. I am ready. In the name of Emperor Varus, for the glory of Garlemald, I will fulfill my duty. Can I use this yet? No. Speak with Euless. Alright, let's hop on a mount. Man, Final Fantasy 16 comes out soon. Probably out when you're watching this, but I'm really excited for it. Have you done as instructed? What do you mean by ask the Isle? I'm not at liberty to divulge that. What I can say is this. You have no cause for concern if our demands are met. You and I are in this together now. Like it or not, we have to cooperate. There is one other matter. A place I'd like to visit on the way to your camp. It's a short walk from here. Follow me. Alright. No. Don't. Don't. Put it. Euless lingers by the ruins, reluctant to leave and reluctant to stay, unable to move on. Wait here? Yes. This is home.
This is my home.
Oh.
Our home. At least it was until that night. I was with Lord Quintus when the capital fell, and thus spared. My family, who did not own a radio, were less fortunate.
Oh.
When dawn came, I made my way here. My parents, my little brother and sister, they were still inside. But they weren't themselves, and they tried to. And I had to.
Oh, Euless.
I'd promised to take them away from the capital that very morning, to somewhere safe, to hide until the fighting stopped. I promised. The Garlean flag bears a chain, the bonds between our countrymen. A red link at its center, the blood of the fallen. Our loved ones who lived and died for Garlemald. But if she too fell, who would be left to remember them and their sacrifice? What enduring proof would there be that they were ever here? If we had turned to your gods, would they have saved us?
No.
I'm sorry, forget I spoke.
I'm not gonna forget that.
We should
bud.
go.
I hope we see more of Euless in future expansions. He's like quickly becoming one of my favorites.
It's no use.
Aw, Elsa.
Believe me, I do not enjoy being here any more than you. But she wanted us to play along, so that is what we will do.
Shivering.
It's so cold.
Painfully so. Unbearably.
I've been thinking about what Quintus said. About why no one would accept Garlean rule. Irreconcilable differences. When coexistence isn't an option, only conquest remains. Varys at Gimlet said much the same. Only by uniting the world beneath a single standard would we rid ourselves of the Ascians. United as one people. One race cleansed of imperfections. A cold and unforgiving vision. And when we fail to live up to their standards, what place is there for us in their world? But the truly sad, truly frustrating thing is how damnably similar it all is to the lofty ideals of Father and the Forum. Non-intervention. Always non-intervention. Protect our knowledge and our people, and to hells with the rest of you. And yet, I can see how it happened. Varys and Father looked to their elders for guidance and took their virtues as their own. But for this world was of their making. In who else could they place their trust? All of us lost in a sea of chaos. Searching desperately for purpose and meaning. But it shouldn't just be an extension of another's. It has to be ours. It has to be. We all have a stake in this world. No one should be silenced.
I love this line. I'm getting emotional.
I won't deny that we lack the experience of people such as Father or Quintus. Perhaps they've come to see the world as a series of problems, and the most efficient way of solving them, to reduce everything to fundamental forms. A stone is a stone, a cloud, a flower, no more than that. Simple descriptions that strip the subject of distinguishing characteristics. A man is a man, divided according to race, creed, or allegiance, and to some, defined by such associations.
Is that what you think?
In my misbegotten youth. But what I believed wisdom was no more than aggressive ignorance. I've since learned to look beyond the banners and the politics. To see people as individuals with their own hopes and dreams. As for my dream of building a better world, well, every day I'm reminded that it is far more complex than I had ever imagined. But it only spurs me onward, to find the wisdom and the strength to see it through to the very end.
all of our supplies and an immediate withdrawal. These are your conditions?
Demands. And you forgot about the airship. Once again, you will leave one behind. It will be used to return the prisoners. Their collars will be removed prior to the exchange.
So in the end, not even Father's expertly worded rhetoric could deter you from your chosen course.
Huh?
Huh?
Not that I thought for a moment that it would. I've no love for violence, of course, but ours is a cause worth fighting for. I just wish he'd realize it too. Sometimes the only way to protect the ones you love is to take a stand. To refuse to suffer in silence. I want you to know I share your conviction. Whether it be on the battlefield or in the debating chamber, I won't back down. I guess what I'm saying is...
You've found your own reason to fight.
Yes. Yes, I have. God's willing, there will come a day when we can finally lay down our arms, and there will be peace. But not until the Telophoroi have been defeated once and for all. And you, brother, will have a vital part to play. By your words and deeds, you'll lead the way.
I pray I am up to the task.
There'll always be naysayers. Those who think us fools for even trying. It's easy for learned elites to criticize earnest efforts and assert their moral superiority, all without offering alternatives. Not that their sophistry has ever wounded you. So stubborn and strong. Stronger than you even know. Don't ever change, you hear me? If you stumble, I'll be there to catch you. Or give you a thick ear. Maybe both, for good measure.
Thank you, Alize.
Oh. I love these two. Estinian.
The scouts have secured Alize and Alphino. Their collars were removed without complication as well.
Oh.
They report no casualties, not for their party nor the guards, who will wake from their premature slumber in due course.
It would appear the situation has changed. I propose new terms. We have information that will be of great interest to Lord Quintus, and I wish to speak with him in person.
Euless?
No. In the event you rejected our first proposal, we came prepared with a second.
Ambush!
More are coming! Make ready!
We, the loyal soldiers of the First Legion, proud servants of Garlemald, of the fallen Emperor Varys, shall safeguard these lands from the barbarian hordes until our countrymen return! Stop, both of you!
This child may be the worst emissary I have ever seen.
received an urgent communication from the Grand Company of Eorzea. Envoys from the Imperial Army, led by members of the 10th Legion, came to Alamigo and requested an audience. They explained that their efforts to coordinate the reclamation of the capital with the aid of the 4th, 5th, 8th, and 12th had ended in failure. Communication between most legions has broken down entirely. Most of the 10th's conscripts have deserted, leaving their forces severely depleted. That is why, unable to continue the fight on their own, they and their allies turned to the Grand Company of Eorzea for aid.
Lies! Every word!
It is the truth, and I have not finished. The 10th has requested that we deliver a message to Lord Quintus. Have the ill stand down.
You have been listening, my lord? What are your orders?
Inform her that we will honor the 10th's decision. Bereft of hope, and now dignity. I release you from your duty. All of you.
Oh. I didn't think we were at this scene yet.
I take solace, your radiance, in the knowledge you are not here to witness our debasement. 'Twas a grand, glorious dream we shared. Of a world united, of peace and prosperity. We are ghosts, you and I, memories of days gone by. Bonds forged in blood that I will not see tarnished.
Oh. I hated this scene. I still hate it. With the music and everything. Oh, Quintus, why?
Quickly! We have to reach the station before it's too late.
Too late, baby girl.
If there is still a chance that Quintus will agree to a truce, we must take it.
I just hope we get there before he and his men do something rash.
Oh. Oof. Oh, Quintus. That's dark. I think that's the darkest this game has ever gotten. Like, it sucks because, like, you spent the whole game, like, hating Garlemald and hating on them and everything, and then you get to this part and it's like, oh, you don't really hate them because you kind of see what they're after and everything. Hey, Euless. We will make no attempt to resist. Alright, let's talk to Lucia. Much and more has occurred since last we met. As for determining what comes next, we must speak with Lord Quintus. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Oh, that's very dark. Euless, chin up, my boy. It'll be okay. Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and end this episode here. Kind of on a dark note. I didn't think we would get to that scene today, but we did. But we're gonna go ahead and end the episode here. When we come back, we'll continue on with the main story quest. So guys, I want to thank you so much for all of your support on this series. If you do want to see more of the Final Fantasy XIV online Let's Play, make sure to leave a like or subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Alright, bye-bye everyone.